This has got to be, I don't know, because I've never really done this before. So, in my words, this has got to be like the one thing that okay, I don't know how to describe this. This is quite funny. I really don't know how to describe this, but as I've said, guys, earlier on that I'm gonna be live today, just to talk a little bit about relationships. And as I speak, please feel free to just send in your comments and your questions over on, like, that little box there by your left side. Just send in your comments. I think more people are still joining, so in the meantime, I'll just keep on the conversation going around certain things instead of just first to comment. Yes, Zondo. Yes, Tando Kutle. You are the first to comment, and thank you for that. Yep. So, guys, instead of just wasting time, I do have something prepared. I wrote some things down. The last time I was live, I think it took some few minutes before people could hear my voice. So just wanting to make sure that everyone like can hear me. Just need to make sure of that. But otherwise, guys, the whole discussion today, it's really about relationships, and I just want us to like go deeper into relationships and look into the relationships that you've been a part of in the past. Look into the relationships that into the relationship that you are part of right now, and look into the relationships that you are gonna go on to in future. you know I just want us to like question, instead of just when, like, say I am looking at someone I like, and then instead of just randomly just like quickly just approaching them, I just want us to like get back to certain things and think about certain things. And I might say some things, and I need to firstly apologize to anyone who is my ex who will watch this. Anyone I've dated before, I need to apologize to you, because I feel like, maybe except for one, but I feel like I got into a relationship. I got into a relationship with most of you guys, and you'll find that I wasn't ready for the relationship myself. I had not worked on myself. I most probably just wanted a relationship, and I just want to apologize on that regards, because ever since then I have learned quite a lot of things. A lot of things that I felt like I needed to share with a lot of people. Tandugutle, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Anyway, so yeah, guys. The thing is, most of the times you find that we get into relationships that we are not ready for as human beings. Hey guys, I see you guys. I see you guys. We get into relationships that we are not ready for, mainly because of desperation. I have seen this a lot, where some people, I ask them, like, so really, be honest with yourself. Why do you want to be in a relationship? And you find that it's mostly because of desperation. You find that you just desperate to get into a relationship. And sorry guys, I'm a bit, I need to, sorry about that, guys. My friends just came over, and I needed to, like, I lost a bit of concentration around there. But yeah, you find that we get into relationships that we're not ready for. You find that most of us look for picture perfect relationships. If you know what a picture perfect relationship, someone once said that these are like the Instagram relationships, where it's all about nice times, it's all about vacay, it's all about vacations, it's all about all these other things. But you find that we want that, in a relationship. I think you need a drink. You find that we want the picture perfect relationship. We don't want the relationship, we just want the picture of it, if you guys understand what that is. um I've made an example of like the Instagram kind of relationship. What I have learned for myself is that the first thing that you need as a human being is to fall madly in love with yourself. Fall madly in love with yourself. You know, the thing is, most people, you find that some of the people, you find that you yourself, you cannot enjoy your own company, but then you want to bring someone along. You expect to enjoy another person's company. I don't think that's how it works. I don't think that's how relationships work. I don't think that's how life works. You cannot expect to enjoy another person's company if you cannot enjoy your own company. So that's not where how it works. That's where you find people saying that I need you, I can't live without you. What is that? What is that? What is that? What do you mean you cannot live without the other person? Haven't you been living? You know, why do you feel like you need the other person? You know, why do you feel like you need the other person? That's the problem about our relationships these days. We so much want to depend on the other person, so much that we lose ourselves within that. What I have learned, Karavo, how do you fall madly in love with yourself? So I was just gonna because I have something prepared. I was just gonna go through what I've prepared, and then afterwards I was gonna answer your questions. But I feel like this is more applicable anyway, which I was gonna come to. One thing that I have learned for myself is that I've spent about, I think, 8 months in between last year and this year single. I was not dating anyone. And at that time, what I decided for myself, which is why the first thing that I said before I started this live video, I said I am sorry to anyone who I have dated before, because I might have had like not the definition that I have now of a relationship. I might not have had it then. You know, what I have spent doing was I've spent so much time working on myself, and that literally included doing, the things that you expect someone else to do for you. These are the things that I have spent myself doing for myself. You know, if you guys know what that is, I feel like the best love is when you demonstrate to us what loving you looks like. This is where you show us how to love you. you know that's the only way that we're going to understand how perfectly to treat you, how perfectly to love you, if there's even such a word called perfectly. But that's where we learn how to madly fall in love with you also. you know um Karavo. Karavo is asking me if does that mean that I'm dating now. Yes, I am dating someone at the moment, so yeah. Yep. So another thing that I wanted to bring to you is that you have to be in a relationship where you bring like the best of you, like bring all of you without regrets. This is where you bring if I speak about going into a relationship right now for like as justice, this is where I bring all of me. Most the main problem that we have as human beings is that we try to use what has happened in the past, like more like the the things that we've been through in the past. We use it against our future, we use it against our present. It's more like, I've been hurt in the past, I know how this looks like, so I will not trust anymore. I don't think that's how it should be. The thing is, if you're gonna do that, then it means you are practically it's practically you. It's practically you punishing your but again, you're punishing your presence for your ex. What the hell is that? Why would you bring someone into a journey only for you to punish them? You're not ready to love in that case. Then I wouldn't advise you to be in a relationship if that's exactly where you are at the moment. Another thing that we have is, as human beings, instead of looking for someone to compliment us, we look for someone to make us whole. You know what that means? It's a situation where you want, like, it's a situation where, you know how we normally say that I'm looking for someone who's going to make me whole, where I'm looking for someone who's going to, who's going to make me full. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but literally that's the idea that we normally go into relationships with as young people at this point of time. But the thing is, when you want to date someone, you don't date someone to complete you. We date people because they complement who we already are. They don't complete us, because there was never a part of us that has left. There was never a part of us that was like, it's more of like, when I say that all I needed was you to complete me. I needed that part. It's like you were a part of me. That I don't like that at all myself. I wouldn't use that for myself. One thing that you need to understand as a human being is that you are a treasure yourself. You are a treasure, and it may take time for you to understand that. It may take time for you to perfectly come to terms with it. But you are a treasure. You are a treasure yourself, and the minute if you don't recognize that for yourself, then how do you expect to recognize another person as a treasure? And how do you expect another person to recognize you as a treasure? It's like me going into a relationship where I'm already broken and I have all this negativity around relationships. I don't trust, I don't love, and all of those things. And I expect the other person to love, trust, and, how does that work? How does that work? Life doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. We have to be the first people to show what it means. The things that we're looking for, we have to embody them ourselves. We have to be the ones to show those things that we're looking for. If I'm going to be looking at a relationship that probably you have been a part of yourself, let's say you go back to a relationship that you have been part of. My question to you is, what purpose has that relationship served? I believe every relationship comes to serve us a purpose. It may come to serve us a lesson. We might have gotten a lesson out of that relationship. We might have gotten a blessing. It might have been a blessing in that relationship. The thing is, what purpose has that relationship served? Do not ever wish that you never had that relationship. Let's say I have broken up with someone now, and now I just wish I never had that relationship. Do not ever wish for that, because in that relationship you are failing to see the reason why you were supposed to be in that relationship. You're failing to see that you might have been a part of that relationship because you needed to learn something. You needed to learn to trust, and for you to learn to trust, they might have needed to break you. They might have needed to break your trust for you to learn how to trust. They might have needed to not love you for you to learn how to love. That's what our past relationships are there for. We never regret any of the relationships that we've been part of. Just find that one purpose in that relationship and stick with that, and stick with that. That's all. That's all I'm asking for you. And as I've said, the thing about us is we normally just punish our past. We punish our present people. Like, say right now I'm dating. The person that I'm dating has no idea what I've been through in the past, has no idea of the things that I've been through, has no idea that I don't trust people anymore and all of that. My duty as a human being is to let that person know, is to communicate these things that, hey, you know what, I've been broken in the past. I've went through this and this and this in the past. And yes, I agree, those things might have broken me at that time, but right now, they've strengthened me. They've strengthened me. I have learned so much, and I am willing to just come into this party and just give my all to you, and just give my all to you. So don't ever punish the person that you're currently dating because of something that someone in the past have done to you. Do not ever do that. Our past should be a place of reference and not a place of residence. Don't stay in the past. The thing is, if you're going to be if you're going to be completely talking about how the other person used to be, how you used to be broken, and it's like now you are staying in the past instead of making the past a place of reference, instead of referencing it, instead of learning something from it. You are like just staying there. You've become a resident. Why do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself? I mean, a relationship is all about compassion, guys. It's all about compassion. It's about understanding my journey that I've been through in the past. It's about understanding my brokenness. It's about understanding that it's about understanding where I come from. It's about understanding my family. It's about understanding the things that I don't like, the things that I love, and all of those things. And in that, you still find it to have compassion. You still find it to have compassion for me and my journey. That's what a relationship is all about, really. It's all about that. We don't go into relationships because we want all these perfect moments. Those are not the relationships that we should be looking for. We want a relationship where we go into it and we're like, wow. When you think about the relationship, like for myself, I want to be in a relationship where when I think about the person, I just like, when you laugh up until your stomach hurts. I want that in a relationship. I want a relationship where I can cry to you, next to you, and know that everything is okay. I want a relationship where I will be in your arms and I will feel safe. That's the kind of relationship that I am looking for. A relationship where my heart dances. That's the relationship that I'm looking for. Not these these other relationships that we go into. A relationship where I know that I have self-love for myself, and I have taught you how to love me. I have taught you how to love me. And through that, now I understand how to love you, and you understand how to perfectly love me, the way that I feel safe in. That's the kind of relationship that we should be aiming for. Not these relationships, not these picture perfect relationships, Instagram relationships, guys. No, we are too old for that. We are too old for that, guys. We are too old for that. Karabo said, how do you fall madly in love with yourself? I'm just going to answer that. And if you have any other question, you can just type it now. But Karabo, really, how you fall madly in love with yourself? This is you spending time with yourself. This is you learning what makes you tick, what makes you tickle. This is you understanding yourself, understanding your own needs. Understanding your own needs. Understanding what you need in a person. Understanding where your journey is going. Understanding where you are going with your journey. Understanding what's your goals in life. Understanding what your dreams. Someone once asked, or rather once said that the thing about us is what's this thing of first dates? In first dates, we ask about what's your favorite color? What's that? That only shows us we are not in alignment. Because if we are in alignment, our spirits should be able to connect. We should be able to talk about deeper things than that. We should be able to talk about goals. We should be able to talk about the future. Where I like when I look at myself in the mirror, I just look at myself and I'm like, whoa, Justice, I really love you. That's it. That's what falling in love with yourself means. That's what falling in love with yourself means. This is me understanding myself. This is me understanding that, whoa, I've been through so much in life, but I'm not going to let that dictate where I'm going. That's what falling in love with yourself means, Karabo. That's what it is. That's what it means. And you asked if I am currently dating. And yes, I am currently dating at the moment. And just a little bit of story behind this to say that, in my life, before I fell into this relationship, I used to be that person who would just want to be in a relationship and maybe just jump into the next relationship because I want, when you just want to be in a relationship so bad, you feel like you miss feeling touched, you miss the feeling of love, you miss this and that and that and that, you just jump into a relationship. I feel like that's how my past has been. And up until within that about 8 months of not being in a relationship, I decided for myself that no, it cannot be like that. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be that person who just jumps into a relationship because I see my friends being in the relationships. That's not the person that I want to be. No. I want to be in a relationship because that's what I feel inside. I want to feel the relationship inside. I want to feel the love inside. That's what I want to feel. And that's when I decided. And I've since then worked on myself. I've since then worked on how to love myself perfectly and how to show the other person how to love me. Be in a relationship with someone who, when I discuss my goals, they're not going to feel threatened. A relationship where even when I spend my time with my friends, they're not going to feel insecure. A relationship where they don't have to say that you haven't called me in a day, what's happening, and feel like I don't love them anymore, but we communicate, we talk, lockdown relationships. I don't understand what you're saying about that, but I think with regards to what you're saying, I can add on to say that, especially around this time, this lockdown, this is the perfect time to look into the relationship, to look at the person that you're dating, look at that person and acknowledge for yourself and say it for yourself. If you think you guys have a future together, a relationship should be about an experience. It should be an experience more than anything. We go into relationships to experience. That's what it should be about, not control. You find that you're dating someone and they're like, why are you spending time with your friends? You must never ever spend time with this friend. I've had such a situation where one of my friends dated someone, and because of that, we ended up not I haven't seen that friend in some time now, because the friend feels threatened because of me. The spouse of the friend feels threatened because of me. It's things like that in relationships that we should avoid. Red flags like that we should avoid, Red flags like that. We don't go into relationships to be controlled or to be in control. We don't control relationships. We look at the person and be like, wow, this is the person that, I just want to love this person with all of my heart. That's the kind of relationship that we should be in. That's the kind of relationship that we should be in. Not this, Abu, why are you spending time with your friends? You never come to see me. Such things, guys. It's really such things. Sorry, guys. I got a bit, some friends just walked by, so yeah. But yeah, guys, it's really all about it. When I close my eyes and I think about that person, I just want to feel There's this thing of feeling bubbles within your stomach, and I want to feel that. I want to feel that in a relationship. I want to feel that in a relationship. I don't want to enter into a relationship where when I'm thinking about the person, it's like, why am I even in a relationship with this person? Why? Why am I even in a relationship with this person? That's not the kind of relationship that I'm looking for, guys. I'm looking for a relationship where I'll love every moment, even those fights, and I'll understand that even those fights are part of the relationship. I'll understand that even those moments where we don't speak to each other for say 4 hours, we don't speak to each other for 4 hours, we still love each other. I would understand that even in those moments where when we don't agree on something, we still love each other. I want to be in a relationship where even though we kind of hate each other for a moment, but we still love each other. We know deep down that we love each other. That's the kind of relationship that I want to be in. That's the kind of relationship that I want to be in, guys. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. So yeah, guys, just keep on writing, and because I need to answer your questions, and for me to do that, I need questions, So yeah, do write your questions. But other than that, guys, that is what we should be looking for in relationships, guys. We should be looking for that in relationships. Not all these other things, not these things of where someone else will be in moods. Someone else will be in moods and not want to talk to you. We communicate even when it's hard. We communicate. I let you know that you hurt me. That's the kind of relationship that I want, where I communicate and say, you know what, I didn't like what you did, and we understand each other. A relationship where you apologize. You apologize when you're wrong. When you're wrong. Not this thing of letting pride. This thing of letting pride, guys. Pride doesn't build a relationship. It doesn't at all. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. You'll be making us emotional. I don't know what to say to that. But really, I just felt it in my heart to share all of these things. I just felt it in my heart to just let you guys know. And I'm not saying that this is the kind of relationship that you should be looking for, but I am giving you something to think about, something for you to ponder on. Something for you to just think about as you go on to your next relationship, or as you love the person that you are loving at the moment. And if these are not the things that you've been experiencing in your current relationship right now, I don't advise you to quit it. I advise you to communicate. Talk to that person that you're dating at the moment and tell them. Communicate. Tell them, look, this is what's been happening. This is what I've been thinking about. And I don't want to break up with you, but I feel like we should restructure our relationship. We should look at the bigger picture than just about these small things, guys. Just about the small things. And Tinder. So dating sites, Thando Gotle mentioned Tinder. So that as a dating site. Myself, I'm not so much into dating sites, because here's the thing about the relationships that I've been into. I don't easily fall in love with someone. I need to know the person for me to fall in love with that person, and for me to know the person, it means I need to go on dates with the person. I need to spend time with the person. I normally say to people that I don't fall in love with the picture. I don't fall in love with how you look. I don't fall in love with all of those things. I fall in love with how you are. I fall in love with your spirit. I fall in love with the inner you. The inner you. That's what I fall in love with. That's what I fall in love with. That's what I fall in love with. And this is why I learn to accept that you are not perfect. You have flaws. You have flaws as a person. You have all your flaws, and you come in with your own flaws. And mine is not to judge you. Mine is to accept you as you are. Be compassionate for that. Be compassionate and understand. Be understanding and love you regardless. Love you regardless. This is where loving without conditions comes to. Loving without conditions. I don't love you because you give me something. I don't love you because you take me on dates. I don't love you because you cook for me. I don't love you because of this. But I love you because I love you. I love you because I love you. The thing is, most of us right now, I feel like we fall in love with conditions. I'll only love you for as long as you are able to provide me with this, or for as long as you are able to do this for me. Once that fades away, what happens then to the relationship? Do we then still love each other? Do we keep on loving each other? Or does the love dies? Was it even love? Was it even love? Was there love in the first place to start with? Was there love? That's the problem. That's the problem about a lot of us. That's the problem about us young people at the moment. We love with conditions. I will only love you because you come from this family. I will only love you because you help me with this. I will only love you because. No. I love you because you are. You come as you are, and I accept you for who you are, and I still love you. I still look up to you and still get the same feeling in my heart. I still look up to you and get the same bellies within myself. That's the kind of love that I'm looking for. That's the kind of love that I'm looking for. Would you advise someone to get back with someone whom they've had communication problems with and are now trying to fix that aspect that they locked in? Are they likely to change? The question that I'm going to ask you is, do you believe in second chances? Do you believe in second chances? Other people normally say that if someone has once showed you this is who they are, they'll most probably repeat that. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Do you believe that the person will repeat the same thing that they've repeated? I think, for me personally, to speak to that question, I mean that's the whole beauty of loving someone. That's the whole beauty of loving someone, and being in love with someone and that person loving you back. The beauty is in finding the flows. It's in finding the flows, and we fix them together. So if that person is willing to fix those things, don't go into that relationship blindly. Do not go into it blindly. I don't advise you to go into that relationship blindly. But now go with your eyes open. Go with your eyes open. Tell that person, I'm going to love you. I'm going to cherish you. But I want us to work on this. And if we can't find common grounds to work on that, then I can't. I'll love you from a distance. I will love you from a distance. I don't need to be with you for me to love you. I don't. I do not. I do not at all. Another question that I can pose to you is, can you be able to love someone from a distance? That's what love is. Can you be able to love someone from a distance? Can you be able to love someone enough to let them go? I love you so much, but I need you to go work on this. And because of that, it doesn't mean that I don't love you, but I have to move away just a little bit from you. I have to move from you, not because I don't love you, but because at this moment you are not perfectly suitable for me. That's what it is, though. That's what it is. So yes, myself, if I am convinced and I feel it within myself that this person is serious about what they're saying, and I truly love the person, I will go to that relationship. And I'll also make sure that I am aware and they are aware that even though I love them, if this persists, I will have to love them from a distance. I will need to love this person from a distance. I'll love you, but far away from me, because I can't at the moment. I cannot have your energy, which is why myself, I'm never scared of a relationship ending. I never worry about my relationships ending, because I go there for an experience, and because I can love that person from a distance. So I don't have to worry about the thing to say that, what if this person cheats on me? What if? I accept you fully as you are, as long as you accept me fully as you are, fully as I am. And if one of those things happens, then I'll love you from a distance. That's what love is to me. Do you think we fall in love with familiarity? I think so. I mean, I wouldn't say it's applicable to everyone. We do fall in love with familiarity. We do fall in love with what we have seen in the past. Have you seen a situation where, I don't know if I will be answering your question in this way, but have you seen a situation where someone says that someone is being abused in a relationship and they don't leave that relationship? And you keep on asking yourself, why do you not leave that relationship? Why do you not leave that relationship? What we don't realize is, some of us, because we have not really worked on ourselves, when you grow up in an environment where all you have seen is pain and you have never seen any other thing other than that, you end up believing that maybe pain is your destiny. You end up believing that maybe that's all there is to life. Maybe pain is all there is to life. You end up believing that, and then you fall in love with that, with pain. Which is why some people don't leave those abusive relationships, and we judge them. We say, why do you not leave? What we don't realize is the psychology behind it all. The psychology behind it all. This person, all they've ever known, all they've ever seen in a relationship is to be abused. All they've ever known in a relationship, maybe it's to be beaten up. And we judge that, but we don't realize there's more to it than the eyes see. There's more to these things. Be compassionate. Be compassionate. And like I said, I don't know if I have answered your question, but you're more welcome to just rephrase it, paraphrase it rather, if you feel like I didn't answer it. I think right question is what do you think of falling in love because of familiarity? Falling in love because you know someone, is that what you're asking? I'm not sure if I'm getting that correctly, but are you asking if, like, say, I've fallen in love because I've seen this person and I know this person and all of that? Is that what you're asking? Or familiarity of certain conditions? I've already answered the conditions, so let's just come to the person, falling in love with the person because I've known this person and this is all I've known. I think one question that we need to ask ourselves is it really love that I feel inside? We tend to confuse love with infatuation, if I'm calling that correctly. We do tend to confuse the two. And the minute you figure out if it is love, then if it's something that you feel deeply within, instead of something that you feel within your head, instead of something that you feel because of other things, and imagine yourself, like, ask yourself, if everything that I know about this person were not there, would I still fall in love with this person? If all these images that I have of this person were to fade away, would I still fall in love with this person? If it's because of beauty, if it's because of beauty, if this person stopped being beautiful, would I still fall in love with the person? Would I still be in love with the person? If the person stopped doing this to me, would I still fall in love with the person? Would I still stand and say that I am in love with the person? Would that still be the case? Would Would that still be the case? Ask yourself those things, Ask yourself those things. And if your answer to each and every question that you've asked yourself is yes and yes and yes, then maybe you're falling for the right person. Maybe you have fallen for the right person. Don't go out there chasing for love. Do not do that to yourself. Don't go out there looking for love. Love will find you. And I'm not saying this because of other things. I'm saying this because I've seen it for myself. I've seen this for myself. The minute I stopped chasing after love, the minute I stopped saying that I need someone to love me, breathe, human, breathe. Take time to breathe. Stop wanting to be, come back to yourself. Breathe, come on, breathe. Stop looking for love. Stop trying to chase it. Focus on what's in here. What's in here? What's in your heart? What do you feel in your heart? What do you feel in your heart? Focus on that. And once you have felt that, believe me, someone is going to find you. I only learned to know that I had so many people crushing on me only after I had stopped, and I'm like, focus on what you're looking for. Focus on, and instead of focusing on what I'm looking for in a person, I started to focus on what I want to be in a relationship. What I want to, the role that I want to play in the relationship, instead of the kind of person that I'm looking for should be this and that and that and that. What about me? What about you? What about what you should be in that relationship? Be that person. Be that person first. That's how you fall in love with yourself. Be that person first. Be that person first. I think one of the questions that people normally ask is ask yourself this question: would you date yourself? Would you date yourself? And if your answer is no, then no, you're not ready for a relationship. Why? Why are you going into a relationship? But if your answer is yes, then yes. Go for it. Go for it. Guys, thank you so much for being with me for the past 43 minutes. It's been awesome. And yeah, next time I'm gonna do another one on a different topic. So thank you so much. I appreciate the views. And like I normally say, or rather what I said yesterday is, I don't think in my whole entire Instagram life, I've never gotten more than 3 views at the same time. And I see they kind of keep growing one at a time. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And one words that I'm going to leave with you, maybe just one thing that I'm going to say to you is, love your journey. Love yourself. Love yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with the small things about you. Fall in love with your flows. Fall in love with your flows. Yeah, I mean, like when you spend a lot of time with someone, then you fall in love with them. Yeah, like I said to that, ask yourself about those things to say that, ask yourself those questions to say that if these things that if I were to remove all of these things in this person's, would I still love the person? Would I still love the person? Ask yourself if it's not infatuation, like, are you loving the deeper person? It's possible to fall in love with someone after spending time with them, because in that you have realized, this is the person I've been looking for my whole life. It's possible. This is like the person I've been looking for in my whole life. You fall in love with the spirit. And for me, these are the kind of relationships that I have I've been in, I've mostly been in such relationships where I fell in love with the person because after spending some time with them, and I'm like, whoa, your energy is really what I need in my life. And you find that person complements my energy and I complement their energy, and that's it. So yes, it is possible. It is highly possible. So, like I was saying, guys, I'm gonna leave you. What I'm gonna leave you with is, yes, fall madly in love with yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Like when you wake up and look at yourself in the mirror and be like, "Whew, Justice, I love you. I love you so much, man." Like, I look at myself in the mirror and I smile to myself. I laugh to myself because of the feeling that I feel inside, you know, because of that feeling that I feel inside of me. So that's what you should aim for first before you even think about going into a relationship with another person. Don't expect another person to make you happy. Make yourself happy. Make yourself happy. Do all the things that you want the other person to do for you. Do them by yourself, for yourself. Do them. Do them. That's all I'm going to leave with you guys. Thank you so much. Like I've said, it's been an awesome 46 minutes with you guys. And if you have any more questions, just leave them. You guys know how to reach me. So yeah, if you have any more questions around this, just send them to me, and do suggest the next thing that I can discuss the next time I am live, which is very, very soon, and I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much.